and I love the sound of it on this truck, paired with another mod that we're going to get to in a minute. So I've lifted up this massively heavy hood. Got to get some struts on there. Lastly, and this is probably the best mod on the whole truck. I mean, I might be a little bit biased here. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Hey, today I wanted to do a rundown of what I've done with the Toyota Tacoma back here. I was counting up the mods that I've done so far, mods, additions, and there are 16 so far, and I haven't even had this truck very long. They're all on a list right over there, if you can read them. Anyway, we're going to start off with probably the most profound, and that is the lift. This has a 3.2 ready lift on it right now, and I may change that eventually down the road, go with some Bilsteins or something, I don't know yet. But I had the 3.2 ready lift, so why not go ahead and have it put on? So, if you're not familiar, a ready lift is a block and spacer lift. We have spacers in the front, blocks in the back, 3-inch lift up here, and 2 inches in the rear. I love the look of it. I think it's the perfect height for this truck. You could go higher, I suppose. I definitely wouldn't go any lower. If you're going to do it, at least a 3-inch lift, in my opinion. Next up, we have the window tent. I did just the fronts because it comes tented in the rear already, as most SUVs and trucks do today. So I tented just the fronts. I went with a 20%, trying to match up as close as I could get to what the rear is. And on this truck, 20% or so is right about it. So I think it came out pretty good. I love tent on vehicles anyway. It's functional and practical. Keeps the sun out of your eyes and just looks cool, I think. Next up, I did the TRD exhaust, and this is what was on the other truck. I actually swapped them out. But this has the TRD exhaust, and I love the sound of it on this truck, paired with another mod that we're going to get to in a minute. I think it's just awesome, and it's something about the manual transmission. You know, I had it on the automatic on the 2018, and I really didn't notice anything. So a heck of an improvement, and you can definitely tell it's there with the manual transmission. Next up, and these are in no particular order, is the TRD cold air intake. So I've lifted up this massively heavy hood. Got to get some struts on there. Anyway, the cold air intake on this truck, and this is what I was talking about in pairing with the TRD exhaust, it seems to make a heck of a difference. Putting this on with the TRD exhaust just changes the way that the truck sounds. Now, I haven't noticed any fuel economy increase or any massive change in horsepower or anything, but there is more sound out of here now, and it just looks cool under the hood. I mean, check this out. One thing I've forgotten that I haven't done yet, we got to get that TRD oil cap on there. Next up, as you can see there, we have the Meso ultimate turn signals. These things get rid of the chrome or the glass or whatever you want to call it, silver, on the edges of the mirrors. And they're smoked so that when they're not activated, as I showed you a second ago here, you just have a nice smoked finished look here. I think it really improves the look of the truck, getting that chrome off of the mirror, you know, unless you're a chrome guy. It just looks really cool, I think. I mean, check that out. You've got it smoked when they're not on, and they light up nice and amber when they are. Okay, now we're going to step inside here. First off, we've got the all-weather floor mats. I actually had these from the other truck. I prefer the OEM version. They just fit well, I think, and they look good. I like that they say Tacoma on them there. In the back, they're all one piece that stretches all the way across. Good coverage. Again, they fit well. It's a little dirty in here, I know, a little dusty and stuff. But they fit well, and they look really good in here. While we're back here, we have the custom grab handles that were made by Terrence Tatum, a subscriber to the channel. I think they look awesome in here. Gives you somewhere to grab when you're getting in the back, and they look cool. Moving over to the front again, we've got a few things in here. We'll start with the custom console lid. You guys can see right here, I had that done by Kylan Brimhall. And I put the channel logo on it. He can put anything on it, along with a couple of stripes and some voodoo blue stitching. Just an awesome look for inside the truck. I mean, check that out. It's too cool. Then we go over to the shift knob. This is the AJT shift knob. It does have the blue bolts inside here to kind of tie it in with the truck and the center console lid. Nice, awesome look, I think. And then the seat stuffers. These were actually sent to me by a subscriber. They do say Toyota on them, and they have the Toyota logo, as you can see. For anybody that wants to know, these were purchased, I believe, by him on eBay. I don't have a link or anything, but nice little touch. It keeps junk from falling in between your seats and the center console. You know, French fries or any of that kind of stuff. Also, while we're in here, I did black out this little surround here for the cup holder area. This was chrome or silver. I had popped this out and painted it black. Came out really nice, I think. And again, just kind of gets rid of some of the silver or chrome in here and looks pretty good too, I think. Next up, we have to talk about the debadging, a polarizing mod to the truck. Some people love them. Some people love them blacked out. Some people like them chromed. Many people think you should leave them. I got rid of them along with the stickers on the sides of the truck. I know the truck is dirty right now, but you can see the Tacoma lettering is gone there. Go around to the back and you can see that the TRD off-road stickers that were there are gone. And then around here to the back, we have the V6 that was removed as well. While we're back here, let's take a look in the bed. I did put the Tacoma, and this is the OEM bed mat in here. Again, I like to stick with the OEM on this kind of stuff because of fit. It is a good quality mat, nice and rubbery. Things don't slide around in here like they do on just the composite bed itself. And it looks good. I like the Tacoma lettering in it. And again, it fits perfectly in here. Next up are the Predator side steps. You guys can see right down here. These look the coolest on the truck, I think. They match well. They're, of course, black. And they give you just enough surface area to get in and out of the truck. Now, they're not like running boards where you can kind of not pay attention, step out, and still hit the surface. So you got to pay attention a little bit, but they just look awesome on the truck, I think. And with a lift, I've talked about this before, you know, being under 6'2" or so, they do come in kind of handy with a lift, or for anyone that's shorter than that, you know, kids, wives, they're very handy and necessary, I think, if you have a lift. So those are awesome. Next up, we have the new wheels and tires. These are fuel wheels, 17-inch, and Goodyear Wrangler Duratrack tires. I went with these because I wasn't happy with the ride quality that I was getting out of the Nitto Ridge Grapplers I had. These are 265 70 R17s. You guys can see hopefully there. They're 285 70 R17s. 285 70 R17s. Good looking tire, I think. They're still rugged enough for the truck. The Nitto Ridge Grapplers may have been just a little bit more rugged maybe, but I'm happy with the way that they look. I've got more sidewall because I went from a 20-inch wheel down to a 17. And by the way, these tires are maybe 1/4 of an inch shorter and about 1/4 of an inch wider than what the Nitto Ridge Grapplers were that I had on there. You guys can see from the back here, they're really a pretty beefy tire. Very happy with those. Glad I made that decision. I had Duratracks on the Tundra rather, and really love them on there. So pretty good match for the Tacoma too, I think. Okay, moving towards the end of my list. And by the way, I did a recount. There are actually 17 things that I've done so far. And that's paint protection. I've never done this before on any vehicle, but when I had the windows tinted, they mentioned it to me and I thought, yeah, let's give it a try. It wasn't a ton of money, so I went ahead and had them do it. And that is door edge protection and the handle area protection here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there is a film here so that when people reach in, you know, maybe wives with longer fingernails, or maybe husbands, I don't know. But when people reach in, typically they scratch this area. You know, the guys at the tinting place told me that They saw one once that was so bad that the fingernail polish that this woman had worn was actually starting to embed into the paint, and it was discolored with fingernail polish, different colors of nail polish. Also, door edge protection here. This is just really a thin strip, kind of a film material. Maybe you can see right there on the edge because this is dirty, but it goes all the way down. And what it does, if you ever touch anything with the edge of your doors, hopefully not another vehicle, but maybe a wall or something, who knows, just kind of protects that edge from chipping. It's a real thin edge anyway, so very prone to chip if you touch anything with it. And I have all of this on both doors, front and back, all the way around. You might be able to see it a little better right here, and inside the door handle here, just to kind of protect the paint a bit, like I said, from anybody scratching it. Now, lastly, and this is probably the best mod on the whole truck. I mean, I might be a little bit biased here, but I gotta say, it's awesome. And those are the RobMotive channel stickers. You guys can see those right there. I'm kidding, of course, personal preference. I did put the channel stickers on, and if you put any stickers on your truck, and I'm not saying it has to be mine, of course, I think it does look best to have the same one on each side. I guess I'm one for uniformity, and I think it just looks good that way. I think it looks pretty cool. Back up a little bit so you guys can see. Pretty awesome. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick rundown, if you will, of the mods I've done so far, the 17 mods already on this truck. We have plenty more things to come. I have other stuff just waiting in the garage, so there's going to be a lot more stuff coming. By the way, if you haven't before, check out my Jeep Gladiator channel if you're interested. It's all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. That channel is called Rob Motion, and there'll be a link down below. One more thing, if you haven't before, check that notification bell. It's somewhere on here so that you don't miss new videos when they come out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the web. Bye.